Okay, this is the second half of the video. We're going to learn a bit more about the Space Marine legions from Bricky. I'm really excited to see what the rest of the legions are like. Okay, without further ado, let's get into it.
Commander, I was never here.
Legion 11. Why, hello there. I have returned from touching grass. I know. I'm pretty cool with the grass touching him. Now let's continue our Warhammer lecture.
This ruffles my jammies! Okay, so what's going on here? I am a super sandwich!
The World Eaters. Allegiance, Heretic. Primarch, Angron. A butcher, a slaughterer.
Like extremely, earth-shatteringly, unreasonably fuck-ass mad.
Single word descriptor, anger. Hey,
Unreasonably fuck-ass mad.
You. Are you mad? Do you just fucking hate everything? Do you want to murder everything in sight and get rewarded for doing so? Then you should join the World Eaters. Home planet of Nuceria and Primarch Angron, who, if the name didn't suggest,
He angry.
is real fucking angry. Angron was raised a slave, forced to fight in gladiator pits. When he refused, they shoved old world tech into his brain so that if he ever felt any emotion other than anger, it caused him extreme pain. All his sons, wanting to be like their dad, also put a version of these nails in their brain. So now you have an entire legion who literally feel unimaginable pain if they are feeling any emotion other than anger. Slap them with a freight train of armor, 2 goddamn chainsaw axes,
That's
and you
pretty
can
cool.
see what's gonna happen. It's no wonder they're corrupted by corn. They're honestly a surprisingly sad legion that I actually screwed up in assuming that they were all just angry murderers. I mean, they are.
They do sound
But
like
they didn't
that.
start out that way. Their corn corruption degraded their intelligence, their free will, and made powerful
His teeth.
warriors into arguably even more powerful warriors, but blunt, like frothing at the mouth psycho warriors. The World Eaters, like I mentioned in the Space Wolves, they wear their concept on their sleeve. They are angry, they want to kill things, they want to kill you, and maybe some of their friends, and that's the faction. They're red, they're mad, they're gonna run at you and cause death. If you like that, you play the World
Sounds
Eaters.
simple enough.
Or you like it because they were, you know, at one point a lot better than that. Most of Warhammer was a lot better than that. I was once a lot better than that. That was when I was in college. I didn't finish college, and neither did Angron.
Hail, it is hail. Hail, Caesar. It's not done by sunrise.
Here's the poster
The
boys.
Ultramarines. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Rabute Gilliman. That's how it's said. An analyst, a diplomat, a blueberry boy scout. Single word descriptor, duty. When you see Space Marines on a box or just Space Marines in promotional material, notice how they are always colored blue. These are the blue Space Marines. These ones here, the Ultramarines, who hail from the world of Macrog with their Primarch, Rabute Gorilla Man. Ultramarines are the white bread of Space Marines, the grilled chicken with salt and pepper. This is by no means an insult. They are plain Jane, but that's also because they are so goddamn
the
good
blank
at their
slate.
job. Their skill for warfare is paramount, but so is their ability for leadership. Gilliman for a while was a damn boring Primarch for all the reasons he was great, because no matter how hard
I am
you
enjoying
try,
the Roman
you
aesthetic,
don't
though.
win a war without logistics, without supply lines, without trade
smart.
routes, without infrastructure and economy. You don't win anything without all that stuff, and Gilliman knows it, which is why he has one of the largest standing empires in the Imperium, named Ultramar,
Oh,
which is
neat.
why his sons are the most recognizable of all the Space Marines, which is why the only thing that rivals the weight of their victories is the weight of their egos. They are good at everything and bad at nothing. They are great at everything.
Jack of all
Other
trades.
legions can do other things better than them, but they are good at everything. The most interesting thing about the Ultramarines is their characters, as they are all now inflicted with various amounts of ultra depression for many reasons. Gilliman is, at the time of recording, the only playable Primarch currently on the tabletop, and the only one that has returned to the 41st millennium for the Loyalist side. He took one look at what his empire has become and immediately wanted to fucking die. Being forced to lead everything he once hated, an Imperium rotten to its core with his sole responsibility
Oh, yeah,
to
they
save
didn't
it.
like
It's kind
religion.
of what makes him interesting. They are a perfectly standard legion with perfectly standard ideals, and great if you want a simple, clean slate.
Uh-oh, stinky.
Stinky.
Funny poop. Poop funny. Woo.
The Deathguard. Allegiance, Heretic. Primarch, Mortarion.
Oh, that's
a reaper,
cool.
a poison, an ungodly stench. Single word
Stinky.
descriptor, rot. The Deathguard hail from Barbaros, with the Primarch
Blew up.
Mortarion. The 14th Legion were known for
I'm
their
seeing a
incredible
pattern with these
resilience
planets.
to damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Where the Imperial Fists were defensive thanks to tactics and posturing, the Deathguard were resilient because they could
like
take
zombie
a punch
Marines.
or a gut shot or a cannon to the chest and just keep on moving. They are slow, yet they are resistant, which was only confounded as a Deathguard
like that
captain.
armored style.
Typhus, codename Dickhead, sold them out to Nurgle, god of rot and
Nice.
decay. Now, the Deathguard are a Nurgle-worshipping infected legion whose ability to feel pain and take damage has all but just gone away. They wade through gunfire, able to kill normal
where are their
Marines 10
eyes?
times over and continue unharmed, all while spreading rot and disease in the name of their dark, very stinky master. Where the Deathguard enter, plague spreads. People get sick and they die. They spread debilitating disease.
so
to
gross,
all
but it's
around them.
so
Why
cool
would a
looking.
legion need to be anything more
zombie
than very
Marines.
tanky when their enemies are falling over, puking, firing out of both ends, and having their
Shitting
skin
themselves
peel
to
off
death.
just by their presence? Entire worlds infested with a zombie rot, swarms of insects that eat flesh and metal alike, all while the Legion advances slowly, painfully, allowing the disease they spread to take its toll before they reap the lives they believe belong to them. And look at Mortarion's model, dude. The man is baller as fuck.
Yeah,
a
it's pretty cool.
gigantic moth with a gigantic scythe. Come on now. The Deathguard.
Come on now.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
The Thousand Sons. Allegiance, Heretic. Primarch, Magnus the Red. A scholar, a sorcerer, a fucking nerd. A single word descriptor, magic. The Thousand Sons hail from their
wizards.
homeworld of Prospero, with their Primarch Magnus the Red. The final of our
at
four
that
major
glorious
Chaos God
hair.
factions, the Thousand Sons are disciples of Zeech, the Changer of Ways. Heavily inspired by their Egyptian theming, the
Couldn't help
Legion
but notice
themselves are
the
slaves to
crotch
the god
mouth.
of trickery and change. Most of them no longer even having a physical form, reduced to just dust, piloting suits of armor at the whim of a
they're like
sorcerer
robots.
leader. The Thousand Sons
That's
do not
pretty
deserve
cool.
their fate. There's a common joke that Magnus did nothing wrong. This is untrue. He has done much wrong. However, he is
looks
very
so cool,
sympathetic.
though.
Mainly because the Space Wolves and Lehman Russ sought to end their rivalry through the annihilation of their legion, escaping only through the assistance of the Changer of Ways, and forever changed because of it. Meanwhile, magic is their main tool. Take some Lovecraftian style abilities, the eyes everywhere, and potent spells to be cast at their foes, whether these are bolts of psychic lightning, reversing
They do
time
seem to have an
itself,
Egyptian
opening up portals
kind
to
of theme. I like that.
unreality,
That's
or
pretty
changing the
awesome.
very fabric of the universe. The Thousand Sons sorcery knows no bounds, and they are very good at it. If you're a fan of like wizards, your classic style of spellcaster, and you want a ton of them, combined with a tragic backstory and a Primarch who, like
That is
Mortarion,
awesome
looks
paint job,
fucking
though.
baller, the Thousand Sons are for you.
You fucking asshole! There's no way. You're a fucking cheater.
You're such a sore loser.
You're a cheater. My dad works at Nintendo!
The Sons of Horus, or the Luna Wolves, or the Black Legion. Allegiance, Heretic. Primarch, Horus, a
Oh,
warlord,
the
a
big man
treasured
himself.
friend, or the traitor himself. Single word descriptor, assault. The Sons of Horus are the formal name of Horus's legion, hailing from the world of Chthoniya. The Sons of Horus themselves were assault troops. The strength of their attack was some of the most powerful in the legions. While the White Scars may favor speed for their strikes, the Sons of Horus were known for their overall offensive power. It was even said that if the Sons of Horus met the Imperial Fists, they would be at a stalemate for eternity. However, the Sons of Horus are no longer, because, well, they are now instead the Black Legion, led by Abaddon the Despoiler, who claims to succeed where his father
His
failed.
claw.
The Black Legion are still an offensive and assault-based
Just
force, but they
badass.
act much like the Ultramarines, but for chaos. Your standard black and brass Space Marine, who are known for recruiting in all different kinds of avenues. Anyone can become a member of the Black Legion. Anyone can swear allegiance to the War Master. You gain favored by not just one, but all
They don't
four
judge.
gods
Equal
equally.
opportunity
Their
hiring.
famous line, "Let the galaxy burn," is the best way to describe them. It doesn't matter what the outcome is. So long as the Imperium dies, the Black Legion has done its job. They are a legion formed from hatred and spite, with a clear goal in mind, as the Dark Gods are calling and the Black Legion are sure to answer.
Hello. Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ?
No.
Do you have a moment to talk about your extended warranty?
The Wordbearers, Allegiance, Heretic. Primarch, Lorgar Aurelian, a preacher, a
I very much
fanatic,
doubt the
a
Mechanicus
choir
gives
boy.
out warranties.
A single word descriptor, zeal. If the Black Legion answer the call of the Dark Gods, what if instead you decide to call the gods first? Well, then the Wordbearers are for you. The 17th Legion, led by Primarch Lorgar on the planet of Colchis.
Oh, okay.
Originally obsessed with worshiping
Don't worry,
the
it
Emperor
did
of
blow up.
mankind as a god, they found that despite his divinity, he was not worthy of worship because, you know, he raised their equivalent of Jerusalem to the ground for daring to worship him. Like, could you imagine if God actually showed up and was just like, Jerusalem is stupid, it just destroyed the whole thing? Like, what would that do to your head? But there are gods that want worship and will reward those who do. The Wordbearers are chaos worshippers to a T. All chaos gods. They specialize in demonic rituals,
worship
the
something.
summoning of demons, and the mutual possession of their own troops. They welcome demons to their bodies to fight as one. They exalt the dark gods themselves
that's a cool
for aid,
weapon.
and guess
Look at those
what?
markings.
They answer. In the world of 40k, Satan
That's
doesn't just
17.
call you back. He hops in his GT Mustang and he crashes on your
That
couch.
must be pretty
in the
cool
world
that
of 40k,
religion has a
your rituals
actual
will end
consequence.
with genuine results. The Wordbearers know this. They know through sacrifices, through devotion, through dark baptism, the gods will answer and they will be rewarded. So they use it. They bring forth demons. They bring forth possessions. They bring forth the power of the neverborn, the damned, and those that hide in the dark to bear against the Imperium. Lorgar sits there, smiling, as the truth he always knew, the existence of gods and the importance of faith, is a reality. And it is a tool
He was right
he
all
is
along.
using to rend the galaxy.
Dear Sir Stroke Madam, fire! Exclamation mark. Fire! Exclamation mark.
Fire.
Help me!
The Salamanders.
Ooh.
Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Vulcan.
Ah,
a
I
Forge
like that
Master,
hammer.
A behemoth. A
I
very
need that
lucky
hammer.
boy. Single word descriptor, fire. The Salamanders
Fire.
hail from Nocturne, a volcanic planet home to their Primarch Vulcan. They are the largest of the Space Marines, not due to numbers, but rather size. Vulcan, he is
The
an
big
enormous
boys.
slab of beef, by far the largest
Damn.
of all the Primarchs. However, don't let his size fool you, as he is also the kindest. Salamanders have the juxtaposition of looking frightening, being larger than other Marines, while
Yeah, that
also
would be
boasting
pretty
an
unnerving.
ashy, like coal color skin and blazing red eyes, while simultaneously carrying around all manner of flame weaponry. So your average civilian might be spooked, but in reality, they are by far the kindest of all the legions to those civilians. Vulcan believes that to safeguard the Imperium is to, at the end of the day, safeguard its people. So unlike other legions who put their lives far and above the average human, the Salamanders spend significantly more time trying to save them, often taking numerous losses by doing so. They are very independent as well. They're forgers and blacksmiths,
They look after people.
maintaining their own weapons and crafting versions of it. They also have the very rare privilege of being able to see their families even after becoming a Space Marine. They care, which is the funny part, because the 7.5 foot tall giant with flaming red eyes who just reduced a traitor to bubbling metal says, "You have nothing to fear, young citizen. Take my hand." If you enjoy fire, melting things, and being the nicer of the Marines,
I do enjoy melting things.
Salamanders are for you.
Saga, sneak attacks don't work if you yell it out loud.
The Raven Guard. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Corvus Corax. A raven.
That's
a shadow.
awesome.
An industrial dance DJ.
crow.
Single word descriptor, Stealth. The Raven Guard are the final Loyalist Legion at 19 and hail from the planet Deliverance with Primarch Corvus Corax.
I do like the
If it
claws.
hasn't been made clear enough already, the Raven Guard are stealth specialists and proficient in all manners of assassination. Despite this, their signature winged jump pack and double lightning claw look is, well, not very stealthy.
No.
They are named after, of course, the Raven and embody the entire concept of it as a herald of death. They are stealthy, patient hunters that have no problem
I do
with
like
waiting
the
and
style of the
waiting
helmets,
and
though.
waiting until the moment to strike is at hand. It's not easy being a stealth faction when your stealth involves people in 1 ton of power armor, but they find a way. That more than anything
That's
should
pretty
not
impressive.
be used to show how ridiculous 40k is, even though it is, but rather to show how good the Raven Guard are at their jobs. It's not about them sneaking around you without being seen, but it's also about them having lied in wait for so long that it wasn't until they were in striking distance that you even realized they had been there. And also, if you want, you know, edgelord Marines with a long black haircut, pale skin, ravens everywhere, if you want to field assassins and snipers
They do look
abound,
pretty cool.
then the Raven Guard are for you.
It could be in this very room. It could be you. It could be me. It could even be... Whoa, whoa, whoa! What? It was obvious.
The Alpha Legion. Allegiance? Heretic. Primarch, Alfarius, and Omegon.
Oh, there's two.
Saboteurs, destabilizers, they're in your walls. Single word descriptor, espionage. Finally,
Spies.
the 20th Legion.
How do you
the
be a spy
Alpha
if you're, like,
Legion, led by Alfarius
7
and
or 8 foot tall
Omegon,
space
the
marine?
only legion to have 2 Primarchs.
You don't
who were
exactly
split
blend
as
into the crowd.
twins. The Alpha Legion are heretical, we think, and specialize in destabilization of
I
society
can get behind
and
the scales.
armies. Their entire shtick is the Hydra, because when you cut off one head, 2 more take its place. All of the Alpha Legion look exactly like their Primarch. Olive skin,
They're all bald
shaved
and white.
head. All claim to be Alfarius.
Do they all have those
All
tattoos, though?
Are liars. They make the largest use of sleeper cells and cultists in the Chaos Space Marine factions because it's extremely easy to take over a planet when you
Poisoned our water supply, burned our crops, and delivered a plague unto our houses.
Where the Raven Guard use stealth and sabotage to eliminate their enemies, the Alpha Legion prefer to weaken them over time with sleeper agents, impersonations, basically anything you can imagine from a hardcore spy movie or Cold War level espionage. Being Alfarius is not only an honor, being Alfarius is a requirement. There's a story of someone chasing down an Alpha Legion agent for years upon years, and when they finally catch up with them and they see that the agent is wearing the same face as their pursuer. Because this was the plan all along, to kill him and take his spot. We're talking facial reconstruction surgery, we're talking hacking, we're talking political assassination and impersonation.
It's Hitman,
everything.
the Legion.
They are Space Marines in name only, because being a strong stoic warrior is not what the Alpha Legion
Also,
is interested
how do you be
in.
stealthy
In fact, the
if
Alpha
you're
Legion
in
is
a
interested in you
dreadnought?
not even knowing that the Alpha Legion
how do you
is a thing.
do espionage?
I am Alfarius. You are Alfarius. We are all Alfarius in his Lord's glorious army. Thank you everyone so much for watching this video. I hope you learned a little something. I hope if you were on the fence about what Space Marines you wanted to field, you would now have a better idea of what you want to play. Buy my Gamer Sub Shaker. It's on sale. It's on pre-order. It's ready to go. Just get it. Just get it. Use code
That's
Bricky. It's in the
probably no
description.
longer
Just get it. And a
available.
huge thank you to all of my patrons over on patreon.com/Bricky and the members on the YouTube.
Oh, this video series was awesome. Yeah, Bricky did a really good job at explaining all the legions. They're all really unique and cool. I don't really know which one I like the best. I'm going to have a long, hard think about which one I want to start. But yeah, thanks for watching this video with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and comment your favorite Space Marine Legion down below and why. So yeah, I'd like to hear everyone's thoughts. Yeah, if you find any more videos I should go and watch, feel free to comment those too. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.